Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll show you how I planned and built a new Intercession kill team. I hope you've been enjoying the Into the Dark box set as much as me. I've been playing loads using my Imperial Fist Intercessors and the new Intercession squad rules, which are awesome. I think this is a great way to get started if you haven't played before. You only need 6 miniatures and the rules are pretty straightforward for the Intercession squad, so a great way to get going. But I've been using my Imperial Fist from my 40k army, and they all look quite similar. So what I've had to do was put little stickers underneath or bits of electrical tape and then wrote on it with a Sharpie so I knew who was who. But that's no good during the game. I'm having to flip it up and check it from time to time. So I wanted to come up with a better solution. So I've got all these spare bits of sprues left from my Eliminators here. I've got some from my Phobos Marines, some Assault Intercessors, and so I thought I'd grab all that together, and I picked up a brand new box of Intercessors, and so I'm going to build a 6-man squad that will fit in with these rules. Most of them will be WYSIWYG, so that's awesome, makes much more sense on the tabletop, but I will be proxying a couple of them with some of the awesome Eliminator weapons. I've been looking forward to getting hold of a proper box of Intercessors. The other ones I had came from some of the previous box sets, so they had to be built in a certain way. But I can't wait to build the gunner with that grenade launcher. It just looks awesome. And if you're looking to order some new models or anything for your hobby, then please check out the sponsor of my video. It's Firestorm Games, and there's a link to their website in the description down below. You can save up to 20% on all your hobby products, plus they've given me a code to share with you where you can save an additional 5%. So that's awesome, and that's available until the end of September. So check out the link and the code down below and save yourself some money. Right, so I'm going to get this box of Primaris Intercessors open and unpacked, and then we can start going through the process I use to plan and build my models. And so, as I mentioned before, I was using the Imperial Fist, but I want something specific for Kill Team. I could still use them in 40k, but I'm really thinking just Kill Team for these. And I think getting a box like this is awesome, because you can build 10 models, so you could certainly build lots of the different operatives, and then if you've got some of the Assault Intercessors lying around as well, combine them with this, you could build a couple of kill teams and have some nice options. So I'm going to take 5 of these and build them with the weapons that are in here and the poses, and then take one of my Assault Intercessors I already have, and then that's going to give me a 6-man team, and I'm going to paint them in a green raptor kind of colour, but I'm still going to use them as Imperial Fists. So I've seen some really cool pictures of people doing things like that, and so it doesn't really matter the colour. I think they're going to be like a special detachment that are a kill team, so I really like that idea. And then that leaves me 5 more models, because you get 2 of each sprue in this set, so I can build another set of Intercessors and put together another kill team. So I think that'll be fun to do another chapter later on. But here we go. Here's the sprue. If you haven't seen it, you're going to get 2 different sprues, and so 4 all together in the pack, 2 are repeated. And so for this video I'm just going to be using this one here and the other one that comes in the box. Some great details as you would expect, super crisp. You've got 5 different poses of models, so you can have the 5 different stances, so every one of your Marines looks different. You've got the Stalker type of weapon, you've got 1 grenade launcher included, so you're going to get 2 in the whole box altogether, perfect for the 2 kill teams. And then you've got the auto bolt rifle and bolt rifle variants too, so they're the different ones that you put on with the different scopes and magazines. I also picked up the Primaris upgrades and transfers kit for my Imperial Fist, and I've used these before on some of my models, and so these are great if you want to have some custom pieces and you want the raised logos for your faction or chapter. I think that looks really cool, so well worth getting these, especially if you've got an army that you want to develop. So again, I'm going green, but I want them to still fit in with the Imperial Fists, and I'm going to be playing a lot of jungle games later on as the year develops, especially with the new Imperial Guard coming out. I'll get that army completely finished, and you'll see a lot of that once the releases start coming through. But here's the 2 little upgrade sprues, again identical, so you get 2 in the pack, and you're going to get the shoulder pads here with the raised chapter fists, which are awesome. You're going to get the fist, which I'm going to give to my sergeant, and some other nice pieces as well. You get a few different heads on there, 3 altogether. I thought about going for Some with helmets, some without, but in the end I went all helmets this time, so I think they look cool. I mean, the Space Marines are so iconic, and so I thought I'd go all helmets for this kill team. But great little sprues if you want your models to represent their chapter. Here I've snipped out all the pieces I wanted. So what I did first of all was make the 5 different poses. So I know I'm going to get 5 different Marines in the different body shapes. Then I cut out all the different weapons I wanted and the different shoulder pads from the upgrade kit, and then all the additional like the pistols and the little add-ons that you can give them. Here's my Intercessor Sergeant, and I chose a body type that would match the Imperial Fist Power Fist and the bolt rifle, and then I've cut out all the other parts, some from the Imperial Fist upgrade kit and others from the Intercessor kit. And here he is, all built and ready to get painted up. So I think he looks really cool. I love giving the sergeants a power fist. I think it just suits them really well. It's great to give your kill team operatives pouches. Got to have a sidearm there as well. So he certainly looks kitted out. And this is the guy that is going to be leading my Intercession squad kill team into battle. And he's got some good firepower, but if he gets up close, that's devastating. So I'll be using him to push forward towards the enemy. Here's my Assault Intercessor Grenadier. So he's going to be my up-close machine, and he's going to get stuck in. I'm going to really be pushing him forward to take the enemy objective, certainly hold the middle of the battlefield. And he's got the chainsword, crack and frag grenades, and I'm going to swap that shoulder pad for an Imperial Fists one. And here you can see he's all finished. And I decided to swap his helmet for a Reaver helmet. I thought that looked cool with the skull coming through, gave him a bit more character, put some extra grenades there too. He's going to be working a lot with the Intercessor Sergeant, pushing forward, getting into the centre and into the opponent's half of the battlefield and getting stuck in with some melee combat. Here's my Intercessor Gunner, and he's going to be equipped with the Auxiliary Grenade Launcher and the Auto Bolt Rifle, so he can get the Ceaseless Special Rule for reroll 1s, lots of pouches, extra grenades, some knives and everything else you'd expect, and here he is, all built and ready to paint. And I'll be playing him in the middle of the battlefield, push him forward a little bit, holding those objectives maybe in the centre while putting some extra pressure on the enemy with that auto bolt rifle, launching some grenades at maybe some of the tougher enemy operatives and just holding his ground while receiving cover from the long range snipers behind him and giving some cover to the Intercessor Sergeant and Assault Intercessor, who are both going to be pushing forward. Here's the first of my Intercessor Warriors, and this one is armed with the bolt rifle, and so he's got the right scope there with the curved magazine to fit the weapon, and then the Imperial Fist, shoulder pads and some other little bits from the upgrade kit. And here he is, all built. I gave him one of the helmets from the Phobos kit just to break it up a little bit, but really happy with him. I didn't want him to have that pose where the rifle's across his chest, so I thought I'd open it up, have him pointing at something, maybe an enemy or an objective, and just mixes up the pose a little bit, but keeping that really traditional Space Marine look. Here I've got 2 Intercessor Warriors, both with Stalker Bolt Rifle, and I really wanted the idea that these were the snipers of my kill team, so I've used the weapons from the Eliminators and some of the Imperial Fist upgrade parts to kit them out. I'm really happy with how they've turned out. I've even used one of the Eliminator backpacks and the head as well, so we got the hood going over on one of them, just so they look different, because the weapons are the same, they could easily look very similar, so this breaks it up. And these are going to both be playing an important role. They're going to be at the back of the battlefield on some high ground in cover with their heavy weapons. They can't move and shoot, so that's really important. And they'll be covering the mid-range gunner and warrior, and also the ones that are pushing forward, the sergeant and the assault intercessor grenadier, while taking out some of the big, strong opponents too. So here's the second of the 2 models. Really happy with how these turned out. And that just leaves the measuring gauge. I'm going to be painting this up in a green colour to match them as well. I think that's going to be really fun. I like having these matching components, and I'll use some barricades that I painted previously. So here's my 6-man team, all ready to get painted up. So I'm going to go and get these primed and hopefully get them finished and ready to go for game night tomorrow, so I can see how they perform on the battlefield. Can't wait. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'd love to hear about your kill teams that you're building. Are you putting together a chapter for an Intercession squad yourself, or are you going for a completely different faction? Let me know in the comments section below. It'd be great to hear from you, and thanks again for watching. If you did like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and don't forget to hit that notification bell too to join me here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.